I'm never on Twitter. We're on Twitter now? I'm at a venue.
This is Periscope, which is connected to Twitter. She doesn't, like...
Talk about your experience in Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was awesome. I was the last bell. Real quickly, I had a 10-day put-in, which means I rehearsed for 10 days with one person in a rehearsal room, and my first time I rehearsed with everybody was the day I opened. I had one rehearsal right before opening, and then I had opening. It was quite stressful. The show was ending, so people were kind of depressed over it, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Over it.
Yeah. But working with Donny Osmond was cool, and I was on Broadway. That was amazing, and they put me up in this fabulous place, and it was fun. And she's such a cool role, such a woman who saves the guy. You know, she's the only one who doesn't get saved by the guy. And she reads. You guys, she's a reader. That's pretty cool. Hey!
I read. Anyone?
How wonderful. Constant. Oh, that's
a text message. That's like reading my text messages.
Do Legally Blonde is here. I'm a stage manager. Cool. Where should we do it?
No, she's saying she's doing it.
I'm sorry. Whoops. That's so sad. That's awesome.
You remember how reads?
How do you deal with stage fright and anxiety? Lots of alcohol. I'm just kidding. That's like not even funny. It's really difficult. There's nothing to do. You can take Communat. It's like natural herb, but there's nothing. It's just horrible. I get it all the time. Pretty much every show, it's awful. I mean, like 5 minutes in, I'm okay, but opening the curtain is terrifying. I hate it. Hate it. I don't get people who are nervous.
Yeah, nerves. I think I always...
Am I a Yankee fan? No, I'm a Mets fan. Mets!
I always say about nerves, like, if you don't have nerves, then something is wrong.
Oh, good for you. Congratulations on the rec roll.
Yay.
Best voice tips? That's going to be Tyce.
Tyce could be L, they said. Can I watch? Vocal health tips. Okay. I get asked this a lot, and people ask, like... messages a lot about like, hey Tyce, I'm sick, what can I do to get better, you know, how can I get my voice back? And the reality is that if you're sick, there are no quick, like, super quick fixes to like healing the voice immediately, you know. The best thing you can do whenever you're sick is just to not sing. Now I know obviously if you're doing a show, something you have to pull through it and you have to do your thing, you have to do it as carefully as you possibly can, but in general, you'll have better vocal health and you won't lose your voice if you take strategies and, you know, avoid dairy before you sing, things like that. Drink a lot of water. I'm serious, you know, just like anything that doesn't produce a lot of phlegm.
Don't suck a dick before you sing.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? It's like, if you can, opt out. Say maybe later. Thanks, but maybe later. I
have some 16-year-old fans.
Do you really?
So
oh my god, I'm sorry. Only they don't know what I'm talking about.
I am so red right now.
They know what I'm talking about, right?
This goes, girl. Someone goes, children. I swear to God, the parents are gonna be like,
yeah, you guys, I'm 30, almost 32 years old. I'm allowed to curse.
Your fingerprints on my glasses that I just cleaned. What was your first ever audition like? I don't even remember. Yeah, nasty, she goes.
Yeah, nasty. One of my first serious auditions, I mean, I did a lot of theater before Raven, was Raven. Didn't get hired, they hired another girl, then they fired her, hired another girl, then they fired her, and then they hired me. And that was pretty cool.
That's sort of been your whole life.
Kind of. I do remember, though, the audition, they like 8 times, and then they took me to get my hair dyed.
You're actually filling for this. I had to fire the other Periscope girl.
Anyway, yeah, they dyed my hair. They didn't like the way I looked, so they just changed me all up. It was really weird.
So now you see, like, now
I am 31.
Yeah, girl.
How would you describe Raven experience? The Raven experience was amazing. I miss it every day. What was better than working just like 9 to 5 most days? All the food you want. Everybody's nice to you. You get to make people laugh all day. People do your hair and makeup. It was easy. It's like we knew what we were doing, how to work the jokes. Raven is one of the most amazing ever. It was amazing. I regret not living in the moment more then. I'd do it all over again. I wish I was doing it right now.
I was like 5 when
Can I meet you, Tyce?
Oh boy, you can meet me. You can meet me. Come to New York, you can meet me.
Mariah Carey, who isn't a Mariah Carey fan? You know who's a Mariah Carey fan? Wendy Williams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love Wendy Williams. I watch her like every day.
I love that somebody just tuned in. Wait, oh my God, you're Chelsea. You are my role model.
Oh, please, I can't be anybody's role model. There's no way that I'm a role model. But thank you.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Oh, thank you for binge watching. God, Wendy Williams bashed by the other day. Did she? Oh, I think she said something about... Well, she says she'll always be the queen, right?
Even?
No, Mariah Carey.
Oh, Mariah Carey, yeah.
Can you shout Kira out?
Kira!
Kira! Oh, that's your name. Kira! What's up, Kira?
Kira!
Wendy was outdated. Oh, Wendy said Mariah was old.
I love how well-rounded you are with TV and musical theater. What part of Texas are you from, Tyce? I am from Houston. Tyce, you came to my school a few weeks ago to help with our show, LMFAO. Amazing. What school? A few weeks ago. Where was I a few weeks ago? Who knows?
I'll say.
In Dallas.
Is
oh,
it true?
Dallas.
Yeah, I was named after Anne Frank. I was born in Holland, right next to where she hid during the Holocaust. Her real name was Anneliese Frank. And I'm Jewish, so my mother found it appropriate. She was in her museum when I was in Italy.
Oh, Mount Olive. Oh, of course. Mount Olive. Yes, I love my Mount Olive.
Mount Olive?
It's in New Jersey.
Cool. Shout out to Mount Olive. Yes, I was in a Twilight parody.
You were?
Called Vampires Suck.
All right. Favorite thing about theater?
The people backstage, all the fabulous gay dancers who keep you cracking up constantly. I'm sorry, they're just the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. I know this is a generalization, but it's fucking true. That and like going out after and just like having your whole day free basically, and then just going to the theater and like anything can happen, and you know it can be a little bit tiring, but not the good way outweighs the
Funny story, I was just watching Bratz the other night.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Are you on Bratz?
I'm in Bratz, yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
That's all the hearts. We just said Bratz.
Yes, she was amazing.
People keep asking, like, how are we friends? The thing is, like, we met, like, obviously we met, like, through a friend, and then we just, like, hit it off immediately. Mostly through, I think, we realized, like, what I love about Anneliese is that I was saying this to somebody the other day, I can, be as mean to you as possible, and it's always funny.
Yeah.
You never take me seriously, and,
No.
and same thing. Like, Anneliese comes over a lot of times. Like, I'll help her film some self-tape auditions, and like we'll like do something, and she'll be like, how was that? And I was like, no, I mean that was really terrible. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know?
But he'll do it so straight faced. Oh god, well we should probably do it again.
Yeah.
And then I realize he's joking, and I'm cool with it.
Or I'll just completely unwarrantedly.
Any good impersonation? Nice. Oh, do your Bernadette. And no, do your Patti LuPone.
I do Patti LuPone. So I do some impersonations. Bernadette is not like a real one. We just like make it up sometimes. Like we're doing Move On. And
That's cool.
like,
She's memorizing a Hamlet.
Do it. Oh.
Somebody's memorizing Hamlet monologue. This is hard to do. To keep talking.
But the questions will keep popping up.
Okay,
and
wait.
stuff.
Do your impression of Patti LuPone, please.
My Patti LuPone impression is like this. Is like Sweeney Todd. Haven't seen a customer for weeks. Come over to look at me, has a little bag. But you think we're the blank?
Oh my god, it's just fucking ridiculous. It's so stupid. Wait, do the one you did outside for time. I think it was Sunset Boulevard or was it Evita?
It was Evita, probably.
Do it.
Evita.
That one
was
was
like,
really good.
I want to see it. I haven't started. Let's get this and
oh my god. Let's get this I can't even do it.
It's just like,
let's get this time. I can't do it. Do Bernadette.
Well, I don't really do a Bernadette Peters impression.
Just keep the
It's like my Bernadette. She's move on, stop waiting, where you going? And then you have to like end up. You have to do a shimmy with the thing, and then at the end of it, you just go.
What is that thing about it? I love it, but is it a tick thing or? Does it help her sing, or maybe it's the vibrato?
She's just feeling it out. Sunday in the park with George. The other female impression that I do is Alice Ripley. Do you know Alice Ripley?
Of course.
Have you heard my impression of Alice
No,
Ripley? You
let's
haven't.
hear it. Let's do it.
My impression of Alice Ripley is from Next to Normal. First of all, I used to do like her part in like You Don't Know, where it's like a refugee forever on the run. If it gets me, it will kill me. But I don't know what I've done. like that.
Totally.
But actually,
and the fast vibrato.
But actually, the beginning of the show is so much better, where she just like, they're the perfect loving family, so adoring. I love them every day of every week. So my son's a little shit, my husband's boring.
Oh my god!
That's like,
oh, that's from
Next to Normal.
Yeah,
right.
my husband's boring. Sorry. What is your favorite current show?
Someone I really want to see Hamilton, but I don't have $177.
That's actually cheap.
How about $777?
I have to be honest, I might be shit on for this, but I don't think anything is worth this amount of money that's been going on. I mean, this is crazy. I'll wait. Don't say Hamilton. I love that.
I know. So they're like, Hamilton tickets are $177?
It's enough. It's enough with the...
Oh, thank you. Someone just said my speech at the Utah Theater Conference. Thank you.
What was it about?
That was my... Actually, for anybody who was there or saw it, that I did this big 30-minute speech. There was like 2,000 kids or high school students, and it was basically all about how, like, making a plan for college, affording college, like, just... Oh. It was sort of like an inspirational kind of thing, but I spent a lot of time working on it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I had a lot of requests from students and teachers to publish it. I actually am working on doing like a kind of a TED TV or a TED Talk. What do you call it? Or like kind of thing with it, so that it can get filmed. So you guys, like a sort of condensed version.
That's so cool.
And by the way, I saw when we were talking about Hamilton, I saw the first preview of Hamilton on the Broadway, and it was amazing. I wouldn't pay $700,000 to go see it, but it was amazing.
Right.
I think like it's great that they're all making money and stuff, but like it's hard because there's a lot of people that see it.
I'm not excited about Hairspray Live. I think all these live shows are bad. I mean, Grease was better than CC's stuff. They're just...
I loved Grease live.
How have I stayed grounded? Truth is, I haven't stayed as grounded as you might think.
Well, that's vague.
Someone
just go spill the tea.
They were all old. Oh, yeah, they kind of all spill the tea. Oh, you know, not.
Yeah. So what do you? So I want to expand on that because sometimes like one of the things I think people miss are like the realities of the industry and stuff, and that was one of the reasons I was interested in doing this, because I wanted to get really depressed. See what I did there?
It's called an opposite.
But it is true that like we obviously we utilize social media and stuff, but like, things, shit happens and things do kind of go topsy-turvy and stuff. But at the core, never mind like the bad things that happen necessarily. But at the core, what do you think? What do you think you rise above it all? Not just you, but I mean anybody.
That's such a big
I know it's a hard
Somebody just asked, or somebody just said, I'm not go downhill and do drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. And I'm not going to get into a lot of stuff, but like you don't necessarily know that. We know more about really, really famous people who that happens, or maybe it's Miley Cyrus who smoked weed a couple times. And that gets, but like people haven't really been interested in my life, so you don't necessarily know that. And I won't get into anything, and I don't think it's that dramatic, but like Raven talks about it a lot on The View. We all have issues, like pretty much all of us, and pretty much all the same issues. It's just inbred. It's kind of amazing when somebody doesn't. And I think basically I have two great sisters, a support system. I'm best when I'm working, when I feel like I have a purpose in the world, when I'm contributing to society, just not getting depressed. But I really can't even answer the question. I don't think I'm some kind of great role model who hasn't done anything wrong. I mean, my God.
Well, let me say this, because I agree with you in terms of being a great role model, because I think that a role model is somebody that is honest and true and is a representation of what somebody in the next generation can learn from. I don't think a role model necessarily has to be a perfect a perfect ideal of a person.
Right, and somebody said, do you know why it's just Disney Kids? It's like, it's not just Disney Kids. I think it's just the light is on Disney Kids, and there's kids that are on other networks and other shows that are doing the same thing that are to do with Disney. And then there are children in inner cities. I mean, I live in East Harlem, where there are serious issues going on all over the world. I mean, all over, my city and my area, and it's happening everywhere. I grew up, I lived in Compton for a while, I lived in Bellflower for a while, elementary school that had a lot of trouble that my mom still works at now. It's happening all the time. I would say I got a lot of money fast, so I was able to do whatever I wanted at that point.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't know. It does happen, but I think, yeah, you're just on such a high that when the show ends, you kind of crash. And it's not your fault. It's not that you were cocky and conceited and thought you were the greatest thing. It's that you had the greatest life. A bunch of money. You had the greatest life. You had people saying that you were nice and fabulous. People wanted to hug you and love you every day. People who were laughing at your jokes. And when it ends, it's kind of hard and weird and difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, you know, Orlando's going through some of that now, and maybe didn't have the best family around him to fall back on. I don't know. I never can answer this question easily.
Well, it's important. I think it's important to talk about it. It's important to even just to say it out loud. I also want to say this. It's very easy for people. I don't know if anybody saw the thing on Twitter, but I actually had to text Anneliese. This is what I texted you last night. And the thing that said, it was like a picture of Raven and then a picture of Orlando and a picture of Kyle, right? And they were just, you know, really like out of context, and also kind of like, you know, isolated pictures of, you know, a couple of unfortunate things that had happened to them. And then the caption said like, oh, I wonder how Chelsea is doing. And then I posted a selfie of us, and I was like, actually, she's doing great. Mm-hmm. You know, but I did that because I was like, I think it's interesting. People are so quick to judge. They're so quick to put judgment on a situation that they think they know something about. And I'm not speaking to like the Orlando situation specifically, or to any situation specifically. And I'm not excusing any kind of behavior. I'm saying that in general, I think we all, and I'm guilty of it too, as all fans of something, you know, as fans of anybody in the public light, it's very easy for us to put judgment on them without actually knowing what's happening. And you also have to understand that everybody has, just like she said, everybody has issues. Everybody is like, everybody. Oh my God. I mean, you guys do, I'm sure. Everybody's, exactly. I hate to sound like Wendy, but everybody's a tick. Everybody's something weird. Yeah. Somebody, you never know. Somebody just asked, real quick, sorry to keep making it about myself, about why I switched to musical theater. I never switched to musical theater, actually. I was doing musical theater all my life. I got my equity card when I was 9, and I won, this sounds really conceited, but I won a Drama Log Award when I was 14. So I was doing professional theater all around California and touring before I ever auditioned for That's So Raven or was on television. So basically just back to it. I think it's more my calling anyway. We have time for like more questions, and then we gotta wrap up. And then do we get to do and also I feel like I actually do, I'm just saying this to be like, I really care about you guys too, but it's kind of cool hearing this stuff. First, hear about you doing all your stuff through these people, but just to give more advice and to hear about what they're doing at their school and stuff. Tyce teaches, and I'm looking into that as well, and I'd like to know a bit more. If that's guys, anybody that's watching, somebody said earlier, like we only have like 50 people watching, but I was doing a play called The Good Times Are Killing Me in Long Beach. I just want to say, you know, I said this for any of you that was watching my Periscope last week, and I will be doing one. I'll be doing my own live Periscope tomorrow night. Keep trying. And every show, or every week from there. But all of you guys that are watching today, go tell your friends about us. Go tell your friends about, you know, these Periscope things. Tell them to follow us and keep track of, you know, of do these kinds of things, because we do them for you guys. You know, I mean, we're being silly and stuff, but we do this for you guys because we know that there are questions, especially for those of you that have aspirations of your own and you want to know from people that are out there doing it. And like I said, we've all been through something, and we want to encourage you guys. And we do. I mean, we do coaching as well, and we start reaching out to more students and stuff. Yeah, and I think it's important to tell you like really how it is in an audition room, because I think a lot of people are like, okay, you go in late and make sure you do this and make sure you do that, but a lot of times it really is yourself, and like it might make you feel better if you like know that honestly sometimes, rarely, but sometimes I'm not, and this isn't, but sometimes I'm not as prepared as I should be, or sometimes I make mistakes, or I get super depressed and anxious and sad every time I don't get anything, or it's just, we're all in the same boat.
people think, you know, why aren't you on Broadway, or what happened to your career? It's like, are you kidding? There's so much competition. I mean, I'm walking in, you know, That's a Raven was 10 years ago. I'm struggling too, just like everybody. In a way, I kind of feel like I'm starting over. So we're all on the same page. I want you to know what it's like, even to have been on Broadway and on a show, to still be, it never ends. Careers are up and down. So if you're just starting out, there's only up to go.
That's right.
Yeah.
So guys, keep updated with us here on Periscope, Instagram, Twitter, all about it. And for somebody that asked about private vocal coaching, that is a yes. Just shoot messages. Thank you guys. We'll do another one of these real soon. And by the way, we're
Love you too.
We're rehearsing for.
I don't have any rituals. Sorry, I saw that twice.
We're rehearsing for our show at 54, which is on March 1st here in New York City, and we're going to be live streaming our a rehearsal on Monday. So what that is, the February 29th.
February 29th.
February 29th. So
it's only 29 days
only
in the month.
29.
This month.
And I think we might try to do that on her Facebook, but I'll keep you guys updated. So just
what?
check out on.
No one discussed that with me.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. This was really fun. Thank you. I feel loved.
How do I send it?
I don't know.
Swipe to stop. It says. Okay, there we go.
I don't know.